Hi guys, well, as a very strong request everyone has made, basically this is, as you can tell by the title, it's going to be a tutorial on how to make wood grain effect. Basically, as you can see the work on the Newport 17 which I've done, I'll just grab it for you. Most of the First World War models that you see from aircraft, or even actually some on Second World War aircraft, do feature some wood grain effect on parts of the aircraft. Now, some people actually do struggle with this, but I'm going to show you guys how to make that, pretty much. So pretty much what we're doing, this is what you'll need to do this tutorial. Oh, actually I forgot something else as well, which I'll come to in a minute. Obviously we got an airbrush to do our paints with, but you can either use a paintbrush or whatever, but I'm going to be using my airbrush for this project. So either a very nice, I'll put that there just in case, very nice brush would do it. So yes, you will need a white base colour, which you'll need, and you'll also need a light colour. Now this can be actually any other colour if you wish, depending on what type of wood grain you made. So it could mean you could use these type of colours, lighter or darker, depending on what wood type you want. But my effect, I'm going to be using the same colours as the Newport, and I'm going to be doing in a mid type colour. There's not really much I can say, but there we are. So anyway, I'm going to be using these two for my main colours. Now this clear yellow, it does act like a varnish, but what it does, it brings out on the wood grain, you actually will get varnish on the actual real thing. So this is what's going to be my wood varnish to represent that. It's clear yellow. You can either use whatever colour you want. You can even use clear orange if you wish to. I wouldn't recommend clear red because that will turn it really bad, but I don't know if it's a clear brown, I do not know, but that's what I'm going to be using. So they're my acrylics. Oils, I'm using these Georgina, I think, Georginia, I can't spell, upside down. I'm going to be using the burnt sienna. You can use a yellow orch if you wish, but I'm going to be using the burnt sienna for this one. You'll need 2 old brushes for this, and as well as some oil paint dilutant. You don't need white spirit because that will ruin the paintwork and as well as the model, because it will eat at anything, guys. So you need dilutant or brush cleaner for oils in this one case. There is another couple of things I do wish to need. You'll need some tissue paper, or if you wish, a bit of cardboard for this part, which I will show you in a bit. But that's really what you need. Also some water for your brushes, of course, and probably a bit of thinner for your acrylics. And that's really it, guys. That's all you need. So enough of me waffling on, let's show you how to make this part. Okay, so this is the part where the tissue paper, or what's that piece? That's weird. I've been looking for that gun sight for ages. Oh well. Anyhow, as I was saying, this is the part where the cardboard, or either, as you can see in front of you, the tissue paper comes into place. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put some, obviously the paint I'm going to use, some burnt sienna. Now I will show you what it does. The tissue paper or cardboard, once I'll start from the beginning. You only want a tiny bit of this, guys, not too much, only a tiny amount, like that. That's all you need. Now the tissue paper, which I will say is for an important reason. Oils, of course, are made from oil, obviously. So they consist of, I don't know what type of oil it is, but I know it as linseed oil. Now linseed oil, if you know your art and your paints, dries the slowing time, it slows down the drying time of oils. So if you put oil paint onto a bit of tissue paper or cardboard, it draws out the linseed oil. So this is why I'm doing this first, because it draws it out and it will quicken the drying time with this. And it does take a bit of patience to do this, but this is why I'm doing it first. So we can draw this out, leave it set, And actually, if you see, there's some actually starting to come out now. But I'm going to leave that for a bit, and we'll move on to our main painting the bases. Rightio guys, here we have the plastic parts I'm going to be painting up. These are going to have the wood panels. If you cannot tell, this is the fuselage front sections for the cockpit on the Newport, so that's why I'm doing this tutorial now. Show you what's what. So right, so I'm going to be using some white acrylic paste. This is going to be a base layer. See if it sprays through. That's black from the previous one. Come on. Okay, so we've got some white flowing. We put that as a base layer across the whole of the model. Well, across the parts you want to do. Simple as that, guys. Just put a nice base layer, or if you wish you can do this with your brush if you're not able to get one. And that's really it, guys. That's your first step, is to give it a base layer of white. And that is that. There's not very much more to say about this bit. So I will go ahead, I'll tell the truth, paint this last little bit up. Like so. And that is really it, guys. So just need a base layer of white on that. And there we are. That is the first step done. Right, for the next part we're going to put our base layer down, which is the sandy colour, as you can tell. Or, like I said earlier, any what colour you want. As long as it's a decent colour, no one matters. That's going on pretty well. There we are. Obviously make sure it's a decent layer, it's all the same colour. There we are. There we have it. So that's one bit done. There's the second one done. Just there. And last but not least, this tiny little panel here. And that is it, guys. That is everything done. Just like that. Done and dusted. Okay, so the parts are now dry. I will admit, normally I would have done this within the same day, but I didn't have enough time to do any modelling, and I've been at work since, goodness me, 3 days. So, obviously, well, not just 3 days, I had a day off in the middle of it, and then that's when I did the first part of this, and then you know what I mean. Anyway, this is the oil. It's still on there. It can't. I think it's dried because obviously it's gone through the paper. But it would normally come up with the linseed oil actually shown on there. It probably will do later on, like when we've mixed up a bit. But it's as though, yeah, it's a bit dry. That's what we need. So we're just going to thin it out just a touch like that. Just like so. So with that, we've got a bit on the end of the brush. Now, here's the funny thing. We've got obviously our diluent here. Now, what I'm going to show you what we're going to do is we're going to literally just... Now, normally I just paste this on like so. Take a bit more. It is a bit dry, so I think I might have to get some more for the next bit. But anyway, so what we do is we just paste it on like all over this part. Normally just be used to some other parts. I'm actually going to thin this down just a bit now. So we're going to take our brush, dip in the diluent like so. We're just going to gently just wipe that bit off, just make it a bit thin. Now what we do the way the wood grain would show up, like so. Now obviously on the different pieces would actually show all the detail. I'm just taking that shot, sorry. See if I can. Now what you kind of need, because obviously it's all individual panels, is we need to have a different effect for more or less every single nearly type on here. That's going to be pretty tricky. So we're just going to spread it across. I think I might need some more actually, now I say that. Just like that, even the basic thing. Yeah, I think I'll have to put some more down for this product. Anyway, just really work this into the panels. Just like so. Like that. And then same again. We want, now this is on, we want to try and take some of it off. Now what I've done here is I will bring it closer. Now you go very light over the top, just to give it that grain effect. Just take a bit more of this dilutant. So what we're going to have to do now is, once that's on, this is the best bit to show you, once that's on, you need to take most of it off to get a thin layer of it. So what we do now is, I think I'm still a shot, let's hold it up like that. What we do is we just gently over the top, taking as much panels of it off, and just giving it just a bit of a wipe. I'm going to move that to here so I can show you. Going to remove as much of it as possible. Like that. So now you can get the effect you want. It depends whether you want a light or a dark shading. Like I said, depending on what you want. But if it obviously does dry up, just fit it down just a bit. Just take away that layer. Like that. So you get the picture of what you have to do, and that is simply it, guys. But obviously on normal complete panels, I mean the side of the panels on this one is little bits of wood just made up onto one, whereas on the actual other boards it's just one big piece of wood, so you will get a better effect of wood grain on that one. But literally it is just the same effect of what I'm using on here. That is it, guys. That is all you need. So to make a nice panel, I'm just going to mix this up a bit. And obviously make a flow with the grain. You can actually go lengthways and widthways, depending on which you want, and that is it. I have been rambling on quite a bit, but I'm just trying to help you guys. Okay, so I will admit it has been, how long is it? 48 hours since I actually came back to this once again. Pretty much I'm going, well, it's mostly dry, but it's best, a tip guys, best not to touch the paintwork of the oils until you have a varnish over the top, because oil paint does take quite a while to dry. Even on canvas it takes a week, and once I left oils for a week and it still didn't dry on plastic. So once you've had a nice bit of work of art on it, don't touch it pretty much. So what we're going to do is we're going to varnish it. Like I said, I'm going to use clear yellow as a varnish. But you can use other things. You can obviously use some matte varnish. You can either use satin or glass varnish, whichever you want, but your choice. But I'm going to be using some of this. That's notifications going off. There we are. So I'm just going to have to undo the top here. So this is really the last step, guys. So that is really all you have to do, pretty much. It is actually easier showing you on the showing on a like a blank piece, but just for this bit I'm gonna, because I need obviously to do this bit. Okay, so let's see. Okay, flows quite nice. And we're just gonna literally spray just over the top. See if you're in shot. Over the top. Just a coat of this yellow varnish. Just protect all the parts and that lot. Okay, so that's really the varnish on. As you can tell, it already does give you a difference between the first one and the second one. So put some varnish on here. That bit. Just wait for this compressor to die down. But yes, you can tell it does make a whole lot of difference putting a varnish on, really, guys. So I recommend you do that. So again, over the top of this one. And this piece as well. Just like so. Just like that, guys. As Tommy Keeper would say. There we are. That is really all you need to do. Now obviously you let that dry. It won't take too long. Actually, thinking about it, it would be best if you want. Just let that die down. Switch this off for a bit while I talk. It would be actually better to spray it on than brush paint on, because if you brush paint it, it will ruin the look of the work, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, that's really all it takes. That's really all it takes, guys. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll come back and we'll conclude what we've done. Rightio, guys, here's the parts, and here's the parts. And yeah, I've really brought you up close to see what the effect of what the panels look like now. I will admit I did actually spray a bit of matte varnish. Oh, there we are. Bit of matte varnish over the top. This is AK's. And I have to admit, guys, it is really good stuff. You don't need a lot putting down the mould, just one coat, and it's done. And it's done. So, yeah, that's really how simple it is to do the oil effects on, well, the oil effects, the wood grain effects on models if you really want to get that woodwork done. So that is really it. That's going to be attached onto the side of the Newport we have here. I think so. Hopefully it should do. There we are. And there we are. Detail is done. Done and dusted, guys, and it looks fantastic. So there we are. That is how simple it is. I've also painted around the side where the plate's going to go. But yeah, there we are, guys. Okay. That is it. I really do hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and it just shows you how simple it is to make this. Obviously, oils are very forgiving. They can actually help you if you do make a mistake. But there we are. Okay, so that is really, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please leave a comment in the section and see if I can try and help you if you need any. Cheers, thank you, and goodbye for now.